Hi, welcome to the Dull Edge. This is a podcast where we just talk about interesting stuff that we want to talk about. So my name is Shay,
And I'm Bobby.
and today we've set ourselves a timer, and we're going to ask ourselves philosophical questions until the time runs out. So this is an oldie. I'm
Yep.
not original by
And
any means.
prepare yourself. I'm not good at philosophical. I just answered the daggum thing, and you're gonna be like, eh.
That's okay. But that's like a whole thing in and of itself. Are you philosophical? Because
No.
I'm not. Okay, so like when people, mathematicians.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand it. They
Yeah.
argue over zero if
Oh
it's
yeah.
a real number or not.
Why are
And
we
I'm like,
arguing?
it's a real number.
It's just zero.
It's
Thank
the
you.
absence of a number, but it's a number because it's a placeholder. Stop
Right.
arguing over
Yeah,
it.
it's
You
a
have to have
placeholder.
zero.
There's a little tick mark on the graph.
I know Ben was getting into that the other day. He was explaining to me how
No.
Roman numerals work because like I was supposed to learn that and then never did. And so every time
You
I see a
didn't
Roman
learn?
numeral, well, I know some of them, but like when you get to like the M and the L and the C, I'm like, oh crap,
Okay.
which one's the thousand? I forget. So anyway, and
Who
he's like,
are
they
you?
don't write zero. They don't write zero.
They write
It's
X.
an Arabian thing.
Oh.
A zero is an Arabian thing. And I'm like, are you serious? I hate that. Zero is a number. Stop it. Stop arguing over nothing. Stop it.
That's crazy.
Literally. I didn't mean to make that pun. Anyway, okay. So I'm not generally philosophical,
right.
but sometimes I like to think about stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. That's fine.
So there's this one, and there's like a lot of different variations on this one too. So here it is. Plutarch, like a couple thousand years ago, super famous Plutarch, right? He wrote this book called The Life of Theseus, and in it he poses a question about Theseus' ship that he used to escape. He's like, the people. Hang on a second.
I don't know.
Athenians. That's right. He's from
Athenians.
Athens. Okay, the
Oh,
Athenians.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
so the Athenians took that ship that he used to escape, and they like preserved it. But as parts of it would decay, they would replace it.
Right.
And at what point does it stop being Theseus's ship? Is it still his ship after all of the parts are replaced? And like I've heard it, like there was a book series that I really liked that did the same thing with like a sword.
Yeah.
Like if you replace the pommel, is it still that sword handle, crossguard, sword? You know, at what point does it stop being the thing?
I had an answer for this, and I was like, obviously, this is the only answer. And now that I keep thinking about it, because sometimes there will be like my original item, and I'll be like, no, I want to keep my original item how it is, and whatever. So my original answer that I was like firmly on is the fact that like once all of the items are replaced, like there's no more like when you were talking about it earlier, you were like, Grandpa hands it down to son, to son, to son, to son, and like sure you can say this is a family heirloom,
yeah,
until there's no more that the original owner touched.
Okay.
In that aspect, I feel like that is no longer whatever. Even if you like kept a piece on it and it wasn't actually for use, you know what I mean? Like
a decorative bit of it.
A decorative bit or something. But then I was like, so like if I bought a sword, right, and you have like circle pommel and then you have a blue handle and whatever, right? If I switched out the freaking the pommel's the bit at the end, right?
Yeah, the pommel's.
If I switch the end, there was part of me that's like, it's no longer the same.
Yeah,
because
different.
Now it's not completely different, obviously, but like
its character has changed.
It's no longer my original.
Right.
Now I have upgraded it, and it is now the upgrade. And so part of me is like,
yeah.
What side are you on?
Because I always change every single time I think about it.
Yeah.
Like so, my first answer before I really thought about it was like 50%. At 50%, the majority of the sword is no longer, or the item, whatever.
Yeah.
It's no longer the thing.
Okay.
But then, I like archaeology, right? And one of my favorite archaeological pieces is the Sutton Hoo helmet, which is dug up in East Anglia, East England. It's a really famous, cool burial. Yeah. And they just have fragments of like the nose guard and a couple little pieces of the helmet on the side, and they've put them in what they think is the shape of the helmet, but they don't know.
Right.
But I'm looking at that, I'm like, that's still the Sutton Hoo helmet.
Kind of.
Because it's not all of it, but it's there, right? And so I'm like, well, maybe is it 75%? I don't know. Can you put a numerical idea to it? And then I was like, okay, no, but it's an idea,
right?
Because the Athenians weren't necessarily preserving the boat; they were preserving the boat, but as a representation of the feat.
Like it's still SS Sally,
right?
Even if SS Sally has Oakwood now, it's instead of whatever, or something.
So like at some point, a thing ceases to be the thing and it becomes the idea, like Band-Aid. Like there's how many different brands and companies make adhesive strips? Lots, right? But do we call them
or Velcro? It's not.
No, you call
Velcro
it a Band-Aid.
Right? Yeah.
And so like a Band-Aid is a concept now. It's not a thing anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like it's the same thing with Theseus's ship. It's it's gone beyond its parts and become a thing, like a
you
an
didn't
idea.
Like a philosophical
I
question.
don't. I know.
And then you just plopped out some philosophical
because, you know what's
answer.
Gonna happen? Because now I'm going to go home and I'm going to keep thinking about it and being like, well, the internet's going to disagree with me and they're going to have good reasons. And like,
dude, the internet would disagree with you if you said the grass was green.
That's true.
So they'd be like, it's not.
It's not. I know. Anyway, but like, I don't like philosophy because it breaks your brain and then you have to sit there and think about it. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to think about this anymore. It is or it isn't. Like,
see, I don't think
answers.
Long enough to get upset about it. I'm like, is stealing bread for your family good or bad? You know what? Are you doing it or are you not? And then we'll cross that bridge when you do it. Okay? Okay, great. Cool. Good.
It's a necessary evil. That's my answer on that one.
Okay, great. You know,
don't do it anyway. We'll help you. Come to me. I'll make you bread. Okay.
For less than $50.
For less than $50. Anyway, okay. So there's that question for you. I actually genuinely like to know in the comments what your thoughts on that one is, but we're going to move on to the next one because we still have a few minutes left. So here's my next question.
Okay.
How long is your now?
See, and when you say your now, I think of like my now is like I'm seizing the moment of now, not like literally now, N-O-W. Like, because when you said your thing, you were like, now.
It's and like this instant.
I'm pointing at this point. You can't see me, but I'm pointing. Anyways, and I was like, this year is my now, where I'm seizing this time and to do the things that I want to do, and it's my time. And maybe it's not what I'm exactly thinking, but like, if it had to be now, I'm always late, so it's 5 or 6 minutes more than that.
And I'm like instant. Like now means instantly.
It means you're
like,
standing
right
up.
this second. Yeah.
Let's go, and this is it.
I think though I have maybe a bizarre relationship with time in that regard because my father was a security guard and he had to be on time. That was his whole thing.
Sure.
And he was extremely good at being on time.
Well,
and he was upset with the rest of us when we were not on time in a charming way, not like in an abusive father type way. He was like the greatest dad.
And then he beats you if you pass the line.
He would just get really impatient. He had this kind of like little wiggle, like, come on, let's go kind of thing that he would do. It was so cute. I love him. Anyway, so, and then I had this teacher that I just completely respected. He was a teacher of mine for 4 years. And his whole thing was to be early is to be on time is to be late is to be dead. And basically don't die. Yeah. And so like I just like being late is like anxiety inducing for me. And so when I say now, I freaking mean it. It means like right now, like the second right now.
I don't know how we're friends. I'm literally always late. I think the only thing that I've been early to was therapy, and it's like because I'm scared to be late.
I don't judge other people.
I'm a good person.
Let me rephrase. I judge people all the time, but like in this regard, I'm like, it's fine. Like I understand.
Is it? Do you?
I do. I get it because not everybody has the same.
Not everyone is as
that I have.
Me always being on time or early.
No, because like if you're in a group of people where it's like their now is like very loose and whatever, and you're like now, and they're like, would you chill out? And you're like, sorry, I'm ruining your fun.
See, I'm also that person that's like. Sometimes being late is on purpose because there'll be parties and I hate being the first person or the first few people. Mm-hmm. So when I show up late, I'm like, nice.
There's strategic timing.
Yeah.
Which is different than
accidentally being late. I'm always late on accident too, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. It depends on where I'm going. All right, so there's that. Oh man. I'm like embarrassed now. Like, it's instantly right now if you're 2 seconds late. Okay, no. Okay, so next question. If you didn't know your age, how old would you think you are? Do we tell people our ages?
We'll just say it's not those ages. I don't know.
I am older than 20.
Yes. I mentally feel no. So I was gonna say I mentally feel like I'm between mentally, if you combo my mental and my physical whatever being, be probably between 18 and 23.
Okay.
Is what my feels are about it.
Right.
What do you feel?
Old.
You just feel like your body's broken or like your brain's broken or what?
I mean the short story on that one is don't break your neck. That makes you old faster.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I feel like at this point I sympathize more with like older people than I do with younger people.
Yeah.
And like when I hear younger people talk, I'm like, shut up.
That is true. I hear young people and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And like I'm to the point where I'm like I look at like teenagers driving and I'm like, oh my gosh, why are those babies behind
why
cars?
is that
like,
10-year-old in the driver's seat?
Or like I go to a doctor's office now and the doctor will be younger than me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, honey, I don't think you're old enough to be having this conversation with me. Like, do you need to go back to medical school for a few years? Like, oh, like I don't. Like, I would never say that.
No, for sure. I feel like my, not nowadays, 18 to 23, my back then. That makes it sound like I'm ancient, old.
You're so much older than 18 to 23.
So old. But it's probably the same equal. Where, you know, when you hear yourself and you're like, ooh, the cringe.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I'm as old as I am. I feel like I feel younger. Let's go with that. Or you feel older and I feel younger.
Yeah, I feel older than I am. Yeah. I think I felt that way for the last 5 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I just feel so old now. It's just interesting, and I'm not old. Like I'm not. I'm fine. Not. Like I'm younger than most NASA astronauts. Like they become astronauts after my age.
Oh yeah.
Right. And like most of the successful people achieve their success after my age. Like I was just reading about this really awesome Greek pirate during the Greek and Turkish wars for independence. The Greek wars for independence.
Yeah.
She started when she was 40.
Oh.
She had lost 2 husbands. She had 7 kids, 6 or 7 kids.
Holy
and
freak.
She's just like, now I will become an independence fighter. Here I go.
Stab some people.
I know. So she's just off into the wilderness and did her thing, and I'm like, man,
it's freaking sick.
She's awesome. So you're not dead when she gets to my age. It's just
she's not old. In case you guys like,
I feel
she's
old.
not. She's not.
I feel like
even
I'm 75.
I don't. I'm past the age of running. Don't even ask me to run.
Oh my gosh, I would never do that. Oh,
you would never run, is what you said?
Not anymore. Not for real.
I was just joking. You're like, oh, I dead serious wouldn't run.
Not unless I'm being chased, man. You cannot. I will move briskly.
I will move briskly and purposefully, but I will not run, and it will not be chaotically.
No.
Everything has purpose now.
If I'm being chased, yeah. Black Friday, no.
Oh,
we're not doing it. I'll stay home. Amazon.
So you don't run during fencing or anything?
I walk as briskly as I can, yeah. But like that whole like jogging, like run for your life, where your hips are hurting and your knees are hurting, and then you go home and like 2 days later you're like, oh my back.
When you're running and your knees are hurting and your hips are hurting, I don't even know.
I'm not gonna do that anymore. Like I'll move at a really brisk pace, but not.
I don't.
No, like no, no, none of that. Like, you know what? If the axe murderer is coming,
yes,
it's okay. Just take me out. I'm all right. Like, I'll go first.
Some things will hurt more, and some things will hurt less, and it'll be okay. Give and take.
I'll slow down so everyone else can get away.
No,
I'll fight the guy for as long as I can. Like, I'll do my best for you guys, but you better just go.
You just go.
Just go. Leave me behind. I don't want to survive the zombie apocalypse either.
Oh, that one I'll just die.
We need to do that one.
Oh, maybe
that whole thing. All right, one more question, maybe 2. Okay. Here you go. Would you rather lose all your memories or never be able to make new ones?
There's part of me that's like, oh, frick, I'd keep the ones I have. But then I'm already like, how many do I actually remember? Well, but I think I would keep the ones I already had. I think I'd keep those.
You would?
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
You think so?
I would give up. Of course, I make the joke that I would like to give up the first 18 years of my life.
Yeah.
Like, just cut all those right off.
Right.
Gone. And I would rather have them at the end. Like, I don't care. Like my whole life, I would forget it all, every single second of it.
Oh, frick. Yep. I don't know because there's like tidbits that when you're like a kid and you like remember and you're like, oh, that was fun.
Nope, I'd give them all up.
I'd give it up so I could keep had like a struggle child though.
Yeah, but I think that was mostly my fault.
Well, I didn't say it was someone else's.
I think it's because of the lens that I viewed my life through.
Yeah. Self-inflicted
misery. I don't know.
I feel like my childhood was pretty okay. It was pretty good.
I think I would have made an awesome tortured poet.
Yeah.
Because like tortured poets don't ever actually have a reason. They just are.
I think we should do poetry. I think it'd be freaking. We still have to do what was it? Oil in the eaves.
Oil in the eaves.
When we sprayed oil up in freaking their eaves and the bees came and they just sprayed oil and both of us were like.
Oh my goodness.
That's torture.
Torture.
That was awful.
Torture. All right.
Last one.
Okay, last one.
Yeah.
How much time do we have? We good?
Some.
Oh, we got just enough. Here we go. Ah, suck. I lost my place. Okay. We're getting there. Okay. Oh, it's the dream one. So we might go slightly over.
Yeah,
we're gonna go slightly over. What previous dream do you see the most meaning in?
The most meaning in.
Mine is short.
Is yours? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Mine's really short. It is a recurring dream, and it only happens to me when everything in my life is going the way that it should.
Yeah.
Not the way necessarily I want it to,
Right.
but the way I should. And it's me flying, but not really flying. So it's basically I'm walking down the street, and when I decide to jump, and instead of just like jumping the 3 or 4 feet that you can jump, unless you've got cool tendons and can jump further,
unless when you run, your legs don't hurt and stuff.
Right. So, but you just kind of glide and you just keep going. Oh. And every single time that dream happens, I'm like, oh, everything is going the way it's supposed to. This is awesome.
Oh my god.
And like I know the decisions I'm making are right. I know that like just whatever in my soul, this is right.
Oh my god.
And I love that dream, and it only happens in that circumstance. Otherwise, I usually get nightmares. Oh. It's almost always nightmares.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. I hardly, I think, have ever had repeat dreams. My dreams are like weird ones, and they're usually like where like you can literally like work through why each piece is in there, because someone like I had a dream about one of their in the hockey team, like so I play in an adult league now, and one of the players that played with me in high school came back and is now playing on a different team, and he said hi to me, right? Yeah. Hey, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. That was it. Okay. I then went home and had a dream with him in it. Okay. Right? And not a creepy dream. Don't think I'm a weirdo. He had a baby, and I was like, oh my gosh, he has a little girl. At the time, I didn't know that he had a kid. So when I saw him and he had a kid, I was like, oh, I'm a psychic. Oh my gosh. I hope he has a little girl. If it's a little boy, then that's odd. But I'm not a psychic, and I don't claim to be. But so like things like that, if someone I don't want to say out of turn talks to me, but like people that talk to me, whatever. But I've had a few dreams about my dad, and like they're
since he's been gone?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And they'll be like things like, I don't even know. It feels nice, but I don't know how to explain how it feels nice, because I'm going to tell you and you're going to be like, that doesn't feel nice. Like it'll be things like I'll be in a canyon, and you know how like when you're driving on like the mountains and you're on the side, so literally like one side's a drop off on one side, and you can like see it come snaking through. So sometimes you can't see the road when it snakes to the right, and you can't see, and then you see it when it comes back out to the left and whatever. Like there was stuff like that where it'd be like, oh, your dad's over there, but you can't go there. You can't go over there. Right. Or we were in the airport, and I was on a higher thing where you can kind of look down and you'd be like, oh, there's my dad down there, but you can't go there. And you can't whatever. And I don't know why that's like, well, that's nice, which doesn't make sense, and I can't explain it. It's like that nice,
he's
like
still there. Like he's still there.
He's still somewhere where you can't hang out with him right now. Right. So whatever. And so they're not like repeating dreams, but I've had multiple dreams.
It's a motif.
Yeah. Where it's the multiple. He's there, but not with you. Right. Quite.
That's kind of sweet, actually.
You know.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So.
There you go. All right, those are the only questions I was going to ask this time. So.
Oh, we got through all of them.
We did. Okay, we got through all of them.
Yeah, let us know which ones you like best, or I don't know, just comment. Let us know all of your business.
Answer the philosophy question.
Let us know if you even like philosophy, because some of that's garbage.
Some of it's super garbage.
If you're going to steal the bread, do it so people don't see you, okay? I don't condone stealing. Don't steal. We don't. That's always the one I hate, that one. No. If a tree falls in the forest, you hear it. Well, off. If no one's there, no one knows.
Nobody knows. No answers.
Let the beaver just.
How do you know the tree fell? That's how I'm going to answer that from now on. How do you know the tree fell?
Did it or didn't it?
It didn't fall, did it?
Is the cat dead in the box, or isn't he?
He was never in the box. Have you ever tried to put a cat in the box? Good luck with that.
No thanks. Whatever. Anyways.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, bye.
Bye.